What's up, everybody? My name is Tiffany Hill Cook, and I run a spiritual practice called The Healing Hill. And if this is your first time joining us, Spirit and I, thank you so much. You know, there are a lot of ways in which we can spend our energy. And so I just wanted to say thank you. This channel is all about love and resources and helping people, myself included, remember who we are and discover our life's purpose. Today's video is about the connection between the body in tandem with the mind and the soul, and the way in which the body communicates to us, and how a lot of times we just don't listen to it. Your body will never, ever, ever lie to you. I'll see you soon. All right, welcome back. I'm going to start this episode with a quote, and it is from one of my favorite authors, and I would say spiritual mentors, Don Miguel Ruiz. And this is from also one of my favorite books. I would say top 5 favorite books of life, you know, at least a book that significantly changed the course of my life. And the quote goes as such: go inside and listen to your body, because your body will never lie to you. Your mind will play tricks, but the way you feel in your heart, in your guts, is the truth. As a human, we have this beautiful trilogy, triad, triangle of mind, body, and soul. And God created us in such a way that without the body, the human experience can't continue. Without the mind, same thing. Without the soul, same thing. And I know what you're thinking. Your Aunt Tammy, she might feel like a soulless person. I promise she's got a soul. And so I wanted to create this episode because I spent so many years gaslighting myself, dismissing the intuitive feelings I was having in my body surrounding my experiences. And so much so to the point that I started creating physical ailments. And not always, and I wouldn't say exclusively, but everything is energy. And there are times when energy can get trapped within your body. And like I said earlier, so much so that it can actually manifest as a physical ailment. And I read an article within the last few months, and it said something to the effect of it was a general practitioner speaking in this article, and they shared that something like 80% of their patients that they see are for non-physical reasons, but rather mental and psychological reasons. And I can so identify with that because I spent many years going to different specialists, internists in particular. My stomach, my digestive and elimination system were constantly at odds with me. And examples would be I couldn't keep food down. I would eat and immediately start dry heaving. I developed hemorrhoids. This is me being vulnerable, specifically internal hemorrhoids, because of the amount of stress that was going on within my body. And I would have experiences where I would walk into different rooms, and it was almost as if my stomach would drop to the floor. And I didn't even know up until this past year really how to fight or flight. I would freeze, or I just learned a new term recently, is called fawning. And it's where you essentially start to, compliment or be extremely nice to the person that's creating this experience, this abusive experience for you, or you need to get the fuck out of there. But your coping mechanism that you learned from when you were a child is telling you the only option here is to, the only safe option here is to fawn over them. And so where it really started for me, the physical components, was I found myself working for a company that was super toxic. Really, I refer to them as a cult. And this is a corporation. This is not a small company by any figment of the imagination. And cults, I've watched a lot of documentaries on cults, and they're really hard to define a lot of the time. But I have come to define a cult by two ways. The first being no ability to question leadership, and that they use your own values against you. And from my experience, I didn't know that I was joining a cult. I just found an organization that aligned with my trauma. And there were so many signs along the way that my body gave me that told me this isn't a safe place. This something is not right here. And I denied. And I'm not sharing this video to say that all I may have an opinion that corporate America is killing all of us, but that's an opinion. And what I know to be true is opinions are the lowest form of information because they require no knowledge and no accountability. You can just say whatever the fuck you want, and that's an opinion. So it's not necessarily very helpful. But what I would encourage you to do in your life currently is to get really curious with your body and check in with it and ask it how it's doing. Ask, quite literally, you can say, what does this human need in this moment? Does this body need something? The other thing that I experienced for many years was such high levels of anxiety. I mean, I was riddled with it. And it didn't help that I wasn't sleeping properly. I mean, I spent the better part of, 8 years getting about 6 hours of sleep a night. And not only did I not give my body the rest that it required, I didn't nourish it appropriately in the form of, food, in the form of physical activity, in the form of, what would be another way that I didn't nourish my body? Well, I would just say right now would be food and physical activity. And then I was drinking every single day. Sometimes I would start drinking at like noon. It was to the point that I was hiding how much alcohol I was drinking. And towards the end of my relationship with alcohol, the moment I woke up, I was cracking a White Claw. That was my go-to, seltzers. So much so that I was counting them and figuring out, do I need to go to the store? I have how many left? So can that last me through the night? And quitting alcohol was probably one of the most difficult decisions I ever made in my life, because I didn't know who I was going to be without it. I knew how to be the fun party girl. A variety of reasons. It relaxed me. It calmed me. It allowed me like a little bit of a buffer from this pain that I was experiencing. But it really wasn't a friend. And I have such gratitude for the role that it played in my life, because clearly I needed it, but no longer do I. And so other ways that my body would alert me to different things would be when I would meet someone. And Eckhart Tolle talks about this, I believe, in his book, A New Earth, which is another phenomenal book. And he talks about, how does he go about it? He goes, he's talking about you just meeting somebody. And please, in the comments, I know it's Eckhart, but if it's not from that book, please share with folks, because, that's just really helpful. So he talks about you meeting somebody and just having this instant feeling that you just didn't like them. But then the mind and the ego starts to become active, and you start to try to rationalize or justify why that is. And some of the words that he had shared subsequently was something like, you start to logicize why you should actually like them. Well, they're nice, and this person likes them, and let's say you even enter into some sort of friendship, and then that friendship was doomed from the very beginning, but you didn't listen to your body. And so it causes unnecessary, actually I was going to say it causes unnecessary sadness. There are no mistakes in life. There is no judgment in life. We have a unconditionally loving creator. And so I made a video recently on the fact that hell doesn't exist. And you can make as many mistakes as you want here on earth. You just get to keep coming back. And the lessons, they might not look exactly the same. They say history never repeats itself, but it looks eerily similar. That's how we are with this experience of earth as well. And so today now, though, I am so much more in tune with my body. I trust what my body says. I'm still learning, being completely vulnerable. I grew up in a household where image had value. Thin was a value. And it wasn't ever like, I want to lose 5 pounds. It was like thinner. No matter where my mother, my sister, myself, no matter where we were, it was always thinner. And so I know consciously today that what my body, the physical form of my body, has zero deciding factor of my value. But the integration of that, there are still times where I catch the judge or the critic inside of my body, inside of my mind, saying really not nice things about my body. And in that moment, I have to become aware of the thoughts. I am observing these thoughts. And then the next thing I tell myself, which gives me it allows me to relinquish the rumination that I may be in, is this thought is bringing me pain. And why would I want to hold on to something that is bringing me pain? And so that's a process that works for me. It may not work for you, but it does for me. But your body is like it's like why can't I think of what that thing is called? It's a lie detector test. Your body is like, well, for starters, your body is your soul's best friend. Without the body, the soul can't have the adventures and do the creations and have the growth that it came here for. And too often, myself included, I used to just take my body for granted. I just expected it to show up. I expected it to do things for me without really ever checking in with it. And maybe when you're younger, that's something that you can do a little bit more. Again, I'm going to be 40, which, in the grand scheme of things of life is still young. And I don't want to confuse, age with wisdom. That, your age has nothing to do with wisdom. I meet a lot of people that are significantly older than me, and they're just at a different spot in life than I am, which is okay. Again, no judgment. And so I'm just curious for you, if there is something that your body's telling you that you could go today and honor it in a way that would be really loving and unconditionally loving. For me, that was, I went for a walk earlier today, and I took my dog as well. That is what I wanted to do today with my body. What you want to do with your body is a completely different thing. I will also say, with reference to moving the body or not moving the body, overextending your body. I used to see it a lot when I worked for a corporation, and some of my coworkers went to, CrossFit. And fuck, dude, every week they had some sort of ailment. Their shoulder was XYZ, they did something to their ankle. I mean, every week they were having some sort of ailment associated to their body. I mean, that's, to me, inactivity and abuse of the body physically are on the same spectrum. It's finding balance and what works for you. There's a reason why, even if like bodybuilders have rest days, the body, and there's a reason that we sleep every night. The conscious mind doesn't need to sleep, but the body does. And that's a really loving thing that you can do for your body. So, is there anything else that I want to share? Something else that I just want to share, and it's really cool. I'm starting to get some comments on my videos, and I want to be clear. I am not promising to heal you. I don't want to heal you. You can only heal yourself. I will say this, part of my purpose is to create containers so that healing can transpire. But I can't heal you, and I don't want to heal you because you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. What I do want to offer is a frequency of love, and also potentially ignite some sort of curiosity on your end that sends you on some sort of journey. That's the beauty of life. And so, I'm not a doctor, and I don't claim to be. And again, the intention of this video is just to share with you that your body won't lie to you. And the sooner you start to listen to it and start to learn the language that it speaks, the sooner that you're going to feel more of whatever you're seeking: joy, happiness, peace, calmness, balance. All of those things exist in the same sense that anxiety and pain and anguish and confusion exist as well. And if you don't think that I'm going to feel those feelings at some point in time in my life, those lower vibrational feelings, it absolutely could happen. But our imagination is always worse than reality. And I don't give my imagination energy in that respect because it brings me pain. And I choose to no longer invest in things that bring me pain. Hell exists here on earth, and I've been in hell. I didn't know it, but I spent many years feeding a narrative that kept me in this, what I call a karmic cycle. We're blind to our own karma, which is, why we come here. But we are so good at seeing somebody else's, which is just beautiful. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you gained something from this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. That's an exchange of energy. Again, if you got something, then you got something. Share something back with me in return. That'd be really cool. If you would like to spend some time with me one-on-one to, again, who knows what will come of our time together. I can tell you this, though, people definitely do feel better after spending time with me. I'll put my booking information in the website below, or in the description box below. I do want to say, Pepper wants to say, Pepper. Hi. All right, there's one of the staff members. Buttermilk. And there's the other. All right, y'all. You are loved simply because it is true. And thank you again for sharing your energy with me. I love you.